Hey everyone, it's the weekly wrap, and I'm depressed as a mofo right now.
Yeah, we watched the game last night, and I'd say it's a pretty good performance from City.
No, mate, Arteta's shit. He needs to fuck off.
No, 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 no. He needs some time as Pep City. No, he needs some time.
No, he's fucking shit. Arteta is look. He won the FA Cup.
Yes.
The reason why he won it, he had this system that worked, and everyone had his new manager bounce, and that new manager bounce is fucked off. Mate, okay, you want to start making listing decisions where he's fucked up? Are you ready? Okay,
Yeah.
here we go. Here's the first one. Emi Martinez, right?
Mhm.
Signed 20 million. He won first keeper. I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think his contract was running out. So he could have told Martinez, you know what, piss off, you're staying here. I don't give a shit.
Mhm.
We won, we won the FA Cup under him. Okay, that's first one. Alright, okay, cool. Whatever. We can say, in hindsight, everything's 2020, but at that point, Leno was a bad boy, because he was a bad boy, so we'll give him that. Alright, let's move on to the next one. He then sends Saliba out on loan twice. This is the same dude in 6 months, half a season, made the French team of the year at centre back. This dude's 18. He rejected all his big clubs to come to Arsenal. He wants to play for Arsenal, and Ateta's like, no. What did he do then last night? He plays one dude, Kolasinac is going to leave. He plays freaking two other centre backs, Chambers and Holding, who are like, I'm controlling myself here. They need to piss off, or be like our fifth and sixth option, fifth and sixth option. So it's the reserves to our reserves. Then, what else does he do? Okay, well then this transfer window comes along. Alright, cool. Every Arsenal fan knows. So what happened in our defense? Our defense was third best in the league last season, if you believe the stats. I think it wasn't. I think it was worse than that, because the reason I think our defense looked really good was because we weren't playing as expensive. We did become more expensive after Christmas when we slapped Chelsea up, but whatever, all good. We finished third in stats. So you're thinking, oh yeah, cool, David Luiz is going. So what we'll do is we've got William Saliba coming back because he's been a bad boy, and in France, he'll play centre back with Gabriel, all good, and then we'll go and get a real gangster CDM to sit in the pivot with Partey. What do? We go Brighton, we knock on their door. We don't get Basuma, no. Because that makes sense. Why would you do something that makes sense? This is Arsenal Football Club. We don't do that here. We don't go in a straight line. Like, if you want to go from A to B, you don't go a straight line. You do zigzags, wiggly woggly things, and then you don't even end up in B, you fucking end up in bloody G or some shit. Anyway, so what happens? Okay, cool. Well, you go to Brighton, we could have got Basuma £40 million. We throw 50 million and another centre back, Ben White, right? We're like, cool. And Ben White might be a bad boy, I don't know, whatever. But we spent 50 million on him, and then we like, oh, Saliba, yeah, it's latest, bro. Loan again. Bro, what the shit is this? And then you're like, oh, okay, cool. Like, what now? So we're like, okay, mate, like, oh, I'm gonna blow up, man. Anyway, Arteta needs to fuck off.
Okay, so we'll after the.
Do you know how much money Arteta spent since he's been Arsenal? Do you know how much money in his 18 months?
Isn't it 120 something?
No, that was this window. He spent over £200 million in 18 months. No one can say to me he has not spent money on players. No one can chat to me about that. He's in a pandemic era. This dude has dropped over £200 million. No one can chat. Look, Kroenke hires gooses as his football director. Edu was invincible, but he's a goose. He's got a goose CEO. He's got a goose manager, right? He's got all these gooses. So that's all on Kroenke. This dude knows nothing. Like, Kroenke needs to get out for that reason. But no one can say that Kroenke did not back this guy. He got backed like a bad boy. Which makes me wonder now. We told Emery to piss off when he was 8th. We were 8th, and we were in, I think it was October, November, around that period. We told him to go. Now I'm sitting here thinking, if we had kept him, if we were going to do this with Arteta, give him 2 years, and we kept Emery at that point, we might have finished top 4 anyway.
I mean that does make sense. But let's go into like less depressing things. You know, more.
Like, that's pretty much anything.
Yeah, that's pretty much anything because you're an Arsenal supporter at the moment.
Man, work does not even piss me off as much as Arsenal does.
Yeah, so ladies and gents, you can hear this guy is very frustrated with his situation with Arsenal. But let's not forget that there's still 2 days for transfer window. So do you think that Arsenal will make a last minute sweep for anyone?
Yeah, I'll tell you we make a last minute sweep for fucking Conte. That should be the transfer signing we get. Look, Oh, mate, look, okay, here's my. I'd take. I would take the guy who manages Oxy United ahead of Arteta right now, for real. But look, okay, if someone said to me, "Hey man, top 5 managers, who do you want?" Mine would be Conte is the baddest man out there, I reckon, right now.
Mm.
I'd take Ten Hag if he becomes a Mark Overmars, because Overmars being the next Arsenal legend, like that means Edu's out too.
Mm.
I'd take. I'd take Brendan Rodgers, man. I reckon at Liverpool he did quite well. At Leicester, look what he's doing. Leicester went in
I think he's
shambles.
pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, and when he took over, that went in madness too. And they don't spend much money. Look at how much we spent. I think they spent 55 million this window. I'd take Graham Potter. That dude at least plays good-looking football, and he's got a CV. And who else would I take, mate? Dude.
Like, just a quick question.
Yeah.
We talked about Leicester a second ago, right?
Yeah.
What would you say? Like, would you say they're considered top 6 now?
Yeah.
Who would they take over?
They took over Arsenal and Tottenham. I think Arsenal's out. Like, you look at... this is the way I sort of see it. I say... let's say top 4. Let's forget top 6. Let's go top 4.
Mm-hmm.
Top 4 biggest teams in England are United, Liverpool, Arsenal. And I think the 4th place is currently between City and Chelsea. I think it's between. Top 4 teams on current form. City at top, Liverpool 2nd, Chelsea 3rd, and I think 4th, you could give it to United, but I think I'll give it to Leicester, because over the last 5 seasons, they won the league, they won the FA Cup.
Yeah.
I think that's the top 4 teams on form. And sorry Tottenham fans, I'm not even being like a douche to you guys, but you guys want... The only reason you're top 6 because you're a London club and you're decent sized, I guess, in London. I actually don't know what you're doing there.
I hate Levy.
Bro, you'd hate him because he did silly Kane.
Yeah, but he's so annoying. He can't negotiate with him. He negotiate the price.
He wants what he wants. That's it, eh?
Exactly.
But I don't really understand how Tottenham are there. I guess they must have a decent following in London. I've never been to London, so that's what I'm assuming. But they won the Audi Cup. They won the FA Cup 13 years ago. So really, at least even as depressing it is for an Arsenal fan. We've at least won 4 FA Cups in that time. But yeah, and then you look at again. That's sort of how I see it. But yeah, if I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to talk shit. Arsenal's our top 4 team right now. I don't see us being top 4. Even if we sack Arteta and we get a world class manager, I don't think we're going to be. I think if we get a real good, if we get a Conte level manager and we do back him up, we backed Arteta, I think we might possibly get to top 4 conversation next season. We would get top 6, I think. But if we stick with Arteta, mate,
relegation.
Man, we're like the new Everton. Yeah, you look at. So I was showing. Remember when I was showing the points tally of all the English clubs of all time? Everton sits 3rd on that list. Everton up. So Liverpool's at number 1. Arsenal's number 2. But Everton 3rd on the list. They were a bad boy club one day.
Then it was United.
There was United. United a bit of a gap.
Then City.
Yeah. Now there's a team. It was Villa then Tottenham. Villa then City. Then Tottenham and Chelsea. But Chelsea will take over Tottenham this season because there was only 4 points difference, I think. But it shows Everton are a bad boy team. We were a bad boy team. We were invincible. We didn't lose to anyone. Now we can't beat anyone. Anyway, but sorry, going back to the original question. I'm just ranting like a madman. What we need. So okay, obviously I want to take that out. But from a transfer point of view, we still need a CDM. We need Basuma in. We need a right back.
Well, what would you do if United get Basuma?
Basuma's an Arsenal fan. I think if it came to if Arsenal and United put the same money on the table, he would choose Arsenal. Because he's been rejecting Liverpool. Well, he didn't reject Liverpool, but when Liverpool came from him, he wanted Arsenal.
Okay.
If United get him and he's saying what to be a backup CDM, I think.
But anyone's an upgrade from Fred.
That's United. United scare me. They have a bad boy team, but I think we're the 2 areas where I think they're struggling. I think you look at Liverpool, City, Chelsea, their managers are just different level to Oli, and I also think the CDM and the United is a bit of a joke compared to the other 3 teams as well. But if Arsenal are serious, it's not even serious, a bet FC. But if they if Basuma goes, then this is like if you're asking me a perfect world, 75 million, chuck it on Ndidi.
I agree, and D is very good.
Yeah, that's a backup.
Good. Yeah.
Right back, Max Aarons, take him from Norwich. Then we need another centre back, I reckon, because I think we have the 2 starting centre backs of Gabriel and White. We need a 3rd centre back to play in the 3 or as a backup. This where Arteta screwed up. We could have a Saliba there, but he didn't want him, so we got to go and buy another centre back. I don't know who that centre back would be, but we got to get somebody there. And I think Mate, I'm looking to spend another 200 million on top of what we already spent, and I want this Dominic Calvert-Lewin or an Ivan Toney or someone like that who's really tall, really powerful, who can let us head the ball in. Because our strategy, mate, if you want to beat Arsenal, this is what you do, right? I'll tell you what you do. Don't have anyone on the right hand side of the wing, because nothing comes down that way. Right? Aubameyang and Latini on the left, right? Usually, just park the bus on the left. On the right, you can have like a cup of tea. We're not attacking, we're not scoring. We don't know what right hand side is. I saw you guys play last night. You're just.
I'll be honest with you.
You taught Arsenal a new one.
No, but I was watching Grealish play, and I thought 100 million in my head. When I was watching, I was thinking, okay, he's a 100 million player. I thought, yeah, he's alright. But when I saw him, he did a Bernardo Silva, what Bernardo Silva used to do. He used to drive like 3 or 4 defenders to him, and then he'd create a chance, and then pass it to someone, get a key pass, and that pass would be a pre-assist to another assist.
So he starts the play up.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like Grealish was... I'm going to be controversial here, but I feel like he was overpriced.
I think so too.
I think 65 million was what I would have paid for him.
You know what it is? So a lot of clubs... It used to happen with... It happens with United still. I think it happens with Arsenal. I don't think it happens with Liverpool, but I think it definitely happens with Chelsea and City now.
It's a brand price tag.
Yeah, it's a tax. Yeah. They put a tax. So they know big clubs coming. They'll like we got bumped by Ben White this season. Like he's probably not £50 million. Well, not probably. He's not a £50 million defender. It's probably a £35 million defender.
You can show it for run, man.
But no, we got Champions League, man. That's the thing. But we got bumped there, and then you got bumped. So I think it happens. They know the club a bit of money's coming. Yeah, and I think it's probably hurt you a bit in your pursuit for Harry Kane. But I've said what I want. What do you want in your last 2 days of transfer window? Like, because Harry Kane's not happening. CR7 did a bit of a U-turn.
No, but I said at the beginning of the transfer window, it's such a City thing to not sign a striker.
When you need one?
When you need one.
That's also an Arsenal thing. We need a CDM. We go to the right club. The right club. We pay more for a position we don't...
No, but it makes no sense to me. Like when we need... So this is an example. Vincent Kompany.
Yeah.
Actually, no, let's go David Silva. Okay, David Silva.
Yeah.
Actually, I had Kompany first. So we had Kompany. We didn't sign a replacement centre back. Our defence was another issue. It was an issue before he came, but it was less of an issue.
Okay.
And then we signed Ruben Diaz, was it last season or somewhere around there?
Yeah.
So that took a long time to fill.
He ended up being a decent signing for you, though.
Yeah. And then then David Silva left.
Yeah.
We had a replacement in Bernardo Silva, but Bernardo Silva lost form. And then we had Phil Foden there. Phil Foden became a winger. And that's, honestly, I feel like that's another gap we have to fill.
Winger?
It's Cam. So we got Kevin De Bruyne, but I feel like we need someone behind him. But you could argue that Grealish now
Can fill that role. Bernardo Silva can fill that role too.
But Bernardo Silva, he's been out of form.
Yeah.
But, we know what I'm trying to say. I know I expect a lot from my players because I'm spoiled by seeing this attacking football and everything. But I genuinely feel like Bernardo Silva is not the same Bernardo Silva and David Silva is around.
Are you scared about Foden's future, given how stacked your wingers are?
Yes. That was going to be my next point. So, actually, there's only a point after this point. So, now we have Aguero to replace. We're looking to Ferran Torres or Gabriel Jesus. Gabriel Jesus cannot score. I've seen so many open goals that he misses. It's not even funny. He doesn't have the striker instinct. He's more, like I've been saying, he should be a winger. And he played as a winger, he's doing well.
He's a winger for Brazil, eh?
Yes, he's right winger for Brazil.
Yeah. You know what I feel? This transitional period, we're not going through a full transition because he's still up at the top end of everything. But, Arsenal has still not... From the Invincibles period, or even just after the Invincibles period, we had... Our spine was Sol Campbell, Vieira, Bergkamp, Henry, and we had good players in all those other positions. Since then, we haven't been able to replace those guys. Like, we haven't replaced Patrick Vieira after all these years. I don't know.
No, but going back to my point here, it's such a City thing to do to not sign a player when you need him. We usually get tortured for one season, or Pep has to think of something genius like do a Gundogan. And he does this thing, and then we're like, oh, he did well this season. Let's not replace that little place. And then we're going to find out this season if we're actually quality without him. I feel like Ferran Torres is good, I don't want to say anything against him. 'Cause we spent 20 million on him.
That's cheaper.
I feel like that was a good signing, but he does have the natural instinct of a striker. But he won't be able to play Aguero. He'd score 15 goals in the Premier League, I reckon. But Aguero for 7 years or 8 years, something like that, scored 20 plus goals.
Will that 15 goals be enough for you to win the league?
I'd say it depends if our midfields, they slacken as well.
Yeah. I was looking yesterday, when I saw City play, I think they are lacking a killer striker. Because he created a lot of chances.
Did you see Sterling?
Yeah.
He was everywhere and he didn't even score a goal.
I feel like Sterling, though, is the type of player, he scares defenders. Because they're like, he's so quick off the shoulder, they got to watch him out for him.
He's like Timo Werner, I guess you can say. Except he can score a few goals.
He can score all the goals, yeah. Werner is the less of the better. I mean, Chelsea, off topic, Chelsea have a knack of the strong strikers, mate. You got to be a big bully to be a good striker over there.
Yeah.
But anyway, going back to your clinicalness. Like, I think if Aguero was still playing for you, last night could have been 10-0.
No, I genuinely feel that because I watched Sterling and he gets subbed on. He was very sharp and everything, as in getting into places, the right positions and everything. But when it came to finishing, it was always straight to the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
He doesn't have that instinct that, say, Aguero had when he would score those last-minute goals when you get into the corner of the post, where he can control the finish, place the ball correctly.
Yeah, it is a bit like that.
But for Christmas, well, actually, let's just call the last day of transfer window Christmas Day. I just want a signing.
You reckon City's got a plan B?
I reckon they do. I reckon Pep never doesn't have a plan B.
If you could get any striker, okay, I know you want Haaland, so put him to the side and forget Mbappe because he's a bad boy. If you got any striker from the English Premier League,
Iheanacho.
Yeah. Not Dominic Calvert-Lewin?
No. Because Iheanacho said when he was part of the City, somewhere in the City team, because he's a former City.
You reckon he's improved, or you reckon he works in a lesser system only?
I reckon he's improved.
Yeah.
I reckon he could be out. He said, because he knows he wants to be a City player. He said he wants to captain City one day, so he has a passion for the brand as well. So I reckon he would be one striker I want, and then I want to fill in the left back position and centre mid. Those two positions aren't going to be filled this transfer window, I can tell you right now. But I want those two positions to be filled eventually. Because as soon as Yaya Toure left, we haven't filled that position either.
But that's what I'm saying, man. Transitions are hard. Like, I think the key thing for City is to just keep hold of Pep Guardiola as long as you can. Because while he's there, because I remember I said to you about a few seasons ago that the best signing you could have, what was it, 2 seasons ago I think, was keeping Guardiola, getting extension.
Yeah, 2023.
Yeah, that's key because replacing Aguero, replacing a Fernandinho, replacing a company is very hard.
But Liam Delap, man, I have to give him a shout out. I still haven't
seen this dude. All I said, Eddie Nketiah's got bad boy strikers stats in the youth setups for England and Arsenal.
No, of course.
And he comes to Arsenal men's and he's pony. Literally.
I genuinely want to see Pep give him a chance in the Premier League.
I think he needs to, but the only thing I fear is again for his sake, not for my sake, but for his sake. It's at the star-studded team, a team that's not renowned to promote players. Foden's one exception.
But we don't have much squad depth in the striker role. Like a proper striker, we don't have one at the moment.
No.
And he is a proper he's a big ogre.
Well, looking at the broader teams right now, I do see Arsenal making some moves. City might make some moves. But let's just pretend the transfer window shuts right now. Now the other teams, any team scaring you? Any team? United, a bad boy.
Oh, but before we go on to United, just want to say, I think one reason why Pep doesn't want to start Liam Delap is because he's got a discipline issue. Because against United in the under-23s, I think, he's had 4 red cards.
He sounds like Granny Jack.
He's had 4 red cards. It was some crazy stat.
What does he do, punch a guy?
No, so he's had 4 red cards in 6 games, I think, or something like that.
How does he get red cards as a striker?
I don't know. He probably punches a defender. But anyway, back to the United point. I'm genuinely scared of them.
United look bad, but yeah. Look, I'll say a couple of things. When United signed Alexis Sanchez from us, everyone was scared too. They're like one of the best wingers in the world. Yeah, they signed Pogba. They're calling him Pogback. They David De Gea was on smoke.
And Fernandes.
Oh, this is before Fernandes.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And I think they have Di Maria at that point, from memory.
He flopped though.
He flopped. That's what I'm saying. Mate, United, the funny thing about them is although they can have strong teams, sometimes they don't. Since Ferguson, that's something the same.
Doesn't click.
Yeah. But looking at it right now, I am shivering. Like, because, since Ferguson left, right? We have, because we've been bent FC Arsenal, right?
Yeah.
But then we won these, we won FA Cups. Look, I'm going to put a disclaimer in. I'm going to caveat out. They're not the Premier League. I get it. But we won a fair few. And we won more trophies than United and Spurs. Not that that's hard to do. It's silverware. So we were like, you know what? We're not that bad because at least we're winning trophies every couple of years.
Yes.
We're like United and Spurs. Lol. And then now, look, United don't win anything, and they might not win anything this season. But their squad scares me so much. I'm like, you know what? We're going to take that. We're going to like. I don't think I was like United is not a banter club anymore. Then I look at Spuds. And I'm like, they're probably in the Conference League. So even they'll get trophies.
And what about they lost against one of the teams in the Conference?
Yeah, that's actually quite funny. But, if Spuds... Say United win one trophy, Spuds win another trophy, then we're the classic banter club. But yeah, United scare me. I think they're the best squad in England. I think they're second best squad in the world.
But I know I don't tell you this though. Because I'm always arguing with you about City and Arsenal.
Yeah.
But if City weren't existent, I'd probably be an Arsenal supporter.
It makes sense, man. It makes sense,
because like you guys are a banter club at the moment.
Yeah, big time.
But you guys
got history.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's one thing.
And DNA football. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
But the reason why I watched City and I love City is because of the way they play.
And Arsenal used to play really good football.
Yes. And I want to see that happen again.
Yeah.
Even as a non-Arsenal supporter.
I feel like a lot of people are saying that. Like a lot of even like except for Tottenham, I think Tottenham are laughing at our face. I think Chelsea will be laughing.
Tottenham don't even have a playing style.
True. I think Chelsea are laughing at our face a little bit too. But I think all the other clubs like City, United, Liverpool, I do think that they want Arsenal not to be as shit as they are. Although I do think that, and I'm sure you're probably the same, you probably get a good laugh out of it when all the fan channels for like all the Arsenal media platforms, because the Arsenal media platforms are biggest on YouTube because we give the most comedy to. Like I'm sure like all these they're the biggest followed accounts on football, but I'm sure that at least a third of them are other club supporters just to get AFTV and chill or whatever. And I'm sure United might be saying, I'm not sure, but yeah, man, it's pretty sad when you have opposition fans who feel sorry for us. So that's where we've hit rock bottom. Yeah.
Wait, just going on to the transfer window. Yeah. Let's just say you have 200 million to spend.
No, 200 million.
Yeah.
Boy, 300 million to spend.
Who would you sign in the next few days?
Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
How much would that be? Like,
I think 65 million.
65 million, okay.
Then 45 million on Basuma, so that's 110.
Yeah.
Max Harris 25, that's 135. And centre back, I want. Who do I want centre back? That's the thing. There's not many centre backs that we could attract that are decent. I'd say
get the Real Madrid kid, man. He's so good.
But why would he downgrade to Arsenal, man? That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. Like that's why Saliba would have been perfect right now. I'm trying to think, man. Who? I'd like an English player because they got they're used to the league. Like we could just switch with Lewis Dunk and go for full Brighton centre back. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know who my centre back.
Go for Leicester. What's his name? Sionku.
I was thinking Sionku. He's crossed my mind. Yeah. No, it's. I don't know what to tell you, man. Oh, Tyrone Mings would be great.
How much do you think he would be?
Oh, I reckon it's probably 50 million, 55 million. Probably 60 million.
So you got like
almost 200 million to spend. Yeah.
Okay. You see, if I was City. Yeah. And I genuinely dream big.
How much do you think Iheanacho is? Just out of curiosity, if you had to guess.
I was going to say that. Yeah. Also, I think he's 80 million. Yeah. I think that's what the price tag is.
Do you know what his contract is at Leicester?
I got no clue. But I think genuinely they're going to ask for 80 million regardless.
Because they're a tough club, eh?
Yes.
To deal with.
Yes. And
they wanted 70 for Madison.
And they wanted 75 for Mahrez. We had to break our transfer record just to
Is that how much you paid for him?
75, yeah. Oh, yeah. He was our most expensive.
Until Grealish?
It was Mahrez, then it was Rodri, then it was Grealish.
Okay.
But I'd say 80 million for him. And then what I'd do is I have a really weird superstition saying that Stones is going to go off form again.
He's injured, eh?
He's injured. And Laporte's been playing with Ruben Diaz.
Do you like that centre?
I love that
pairing.
pairing. I love that pairing so much. But I feel like Stones is going to go off again. So I'm like...
Backup centre back?
Yeah, and I was thinking Ake is going to get injured again. So we only have 2 centre backs.
Yeah, you need a centre back.
So I think what I'd do is I'd go to Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Get the Brazilian wonder kid.
Yeah.
I don't know his name. It starts with M. But it's because I can't pronounce it. I know his name, but I can't pronounce it.
How much you reckon that would be? Yeah?
I reckon they're going to ask... Because they spent 50 million on it. And I think they're going to ask for 80 million at least.
So you're looking to spend about 165 million as well?
Yes. But that's on 2 players. There's one more player. The position I'd fill up.
At the right back? Or left back?
Left back. But what I'd do is I'd get rid of... Because we got so many wingers.
Yeah. What
I'm thinking is...
Ship them off, like Bernardo Silva?
Yes. But I think Sterling's unique because he got speed.
Yeah.
Grealish is like Bernardo Silva. That's why I think it's either Bernardo... Because Grealish only just signed.
And you can't get rid of Grealish.
Yeah, so I think Bernardo Silva would have to leave.
Yeah.
And I reckon 50 million was what we get for him. Or 65.
I think when Arsenal were chatting, he's like, yeah, no, I don't want to come because there's no Champions League. I think 60 million was what I was thinking.
Yeah, see. What I'll do is, instead of actually getting the money, I'll go Atletico Madrid. And I'll go, give me Saul and give me...
Saul's good.
Who do they have in their wings?
Felix?
Felix is not going to come. They're not going to let him go, I don't think. He's too valuable to their team.
Yeah.
I'll probably get Saul and probably some cash on the side. Probably 20 million. And then that gives me how much? I spent 165 already. So then I gain 20 million. So then that's...
45.
Yeah, 45. So
250 million pound window.
Yeah.
Grealish.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
And I'd probably... Because just thinking, I'd probably sign a youngster as well. Like, with some wonder kid that no one's ever heard of.
And you got a lot of work to this window then. I mean, so do we, but we suck.
Yeah, but I genuinely feel like we need to get... Like, I know I don't have many rights to, like, complain, but, like, I feel like sometimes City is a meme. Like...
City's a meme! Mate, what is it like Arsenal? Oi, we're like, we're like, you know what Arsenal is? You know it rains a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Outside, and the grass has mushrooms grow,
Yeah.
and you go mushrooms and kick them to get rid of them. There's pest mushrooms.
The poisonous ones.
Yeah, that's what we are. We're the mushrooms that gets kicked. If you hear what I mean.
Yeah, but, like, I genuinely feel like, oh, man. I don't have... Okay, I'll be honest. I don't have any rights to be complaining at the moment because life's good as a City supporter.
That's fantastic. City supporter.
But it's such a City thing to do to not fill in those gaps. Because we only have one proper CM, and it's Gundogan. And
I'm sure Pep would make it work.
he always does, that's the issue.
Yeah.
But sometimes he might not have the answer. And I feel like it's...
He's got a lot more answers than Arteta does, mate.
But Arteta's not even managing for like a year or two.
Which is why he should have come to Arsenal in his first job. Oh my god.
I still remember the amount of Arsenal supporters saying, he's the reason why City are going down.
But you were scared too, right? When we went to the FA Cup,
of course I was scared.
I was gassed.
Who wouldn't be scared?
Yeah, and I was gassed. And then after November, though, I was like, nah. I've been Arteta out since 10 months ago.
I've been like...
You've only been happy 10 months ago. You felt so only like, yeah, nah, Arteta shit.
I'll be honest with you, I shot myself when you guys beat Liverpool, you guys beat us.
Chelsea.
And then you beat Chelsea, yeah.
I know.
But
Yeah,
I felt like, I felt like Chelsea was an exception. I feel like you were going to beat them anyway because it's a derby.
Yeah.
So I feel like, form goes out the window.
Yeah, it does.
But do you think if City versus United, who would win?
Right now, as I stand?
Yes. I feel like United would win.
No, see, here's the thing. I think that because of the CDM situation that United have.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a shimmy you got De Bruyne back?
Yes, it's a full strength squad.
No, I think City nicks it, eh? I don't think the manager thing makes a big difference. I reckon City nicks it.
I feel like Ronaldo makes a big difference.
Although one thing I will say is Oli seems to play well against Pep.
I feel like any United manager plays well against City.
Mm.
It's just a thing. We got a curse, man.
Yeah,
it's like a Tottenham thing.
It is weird.
Oh, far out.
I think a full strength City team with Pep outdoes a United team just because I think Kevin De Bruyne and Rodri and Diaz give you a solid spine.
I agree. Those are very good.
Yeah, I think United, if they get a Basuma, then I think then I think it starts getting really interesting. I think maybe it's too hard to call, mate.
But what do you think, though? Do you think Diaz is one of the best signings City's ever had?
Nah, who I've never ever had. I don't think he's ever had.
Mm-hmm.
I think Rodri is. I think he's fantastic. I think Rodri makes Diaz look really good. You centre backs look good.
Mm-hmm.
Like you look at the Euros, Diaz wasn't as good. I think Rodri. I think if you were to make a Premier League 11 based on last season, I think Rodri's going to be in his pivot.
And would Diaz be in the centre back pairing?
I think you can't say Diaz can't be because you guys are really good.
I love the guy.
I think Diaz is good, but I think Rodri is a real. Like I reckon if you took Rodri out, okay, put this way.
Here we go.
Take Rodri out, put in Xhaka.
Okay, yeah. But no, I thought you were going to talk about Champions League game when I remember.
No.
Honestly, though, ladies and gents, if you don't know much context about this, probably you do, but I'll say it anyway. The entire season, we play at least one CDM every game, right? And the one game, the most important game of the season, I'd argue, we did not play a CDM.
And a striker.
No, but we didn't play striker the entire season.
You played Guerrero and Fernandinho. Or Rodri, whoever, take your pick. You won the Champions League last season.
Oh, man.
And now this season, PSG's on a madness.
I feel like we're a meme in the Champions League. We're the Spurs of the Champions League.
That's kind of bad. Alright, guys. Well, that's pretty much us. So, as you can tell, I'm really depressed. You're not too depressed. You're a little bit depressed, not too bit depressed. You don't even have a right to be depressed. You're not depressed at all. You just think you are. I'm really sad right now. Yeah, whatever. Like, comment, subscribe. Bye.
Come on, you Nacho.
Yeah.